What's up, YouTube? Tops85401 here, and I was just on YouTube watching a bunch of videos on my TV in my man cave, and I ran across Jayson, MrFisherbike's video that he posted like 3 weeks ago. So as you can see, I'm a little bit behind on my videos, and he asked a really good question. He wants to know what we collect and why, and who we watch on YouTube. So I've seen a few people do video responses for this. So I wanted to do a video response. Jayson, yes, I did watch your 10-minute video of you not showing cards all the way to the end. And I'm guessing you already did the drawing, but that's okay. I just want to make a video response for you. So I'm going to start off by saying what I collect and why. Well, I collect baseball cards. And the reason why is when I was a little kid, probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, I'd go to my grandma's house and she had my dad's baseball cards. And I remember they were like in the shoebox, and these are like mostly 59 and 60 tops is what my dad had from when he was a kid. And there were maybe around 600 to 800 cards in this box. And I remember I used to love to look at them, sort them, and I'd ask my grandma questions. And I remember this. She would say, be careful with those. Those are old. You don't want to ruin them. I don't know how my grandma had the intuition to take care of these things. They were wrapped up in rubber bands. I remember that. But, I mean, who knew that rubber bands could ruin cards, right? But anyways, so I loved looking through them, and I didn't think much of it. And then when I was a little kid, around the same time, I remember playing wiffle ball with my dad. And he'd always ask me, like, who are you? Who are you when I was hitting, right? And I had this big plastic black wiffle ball bat. I don't know if you guys remember these. Anybody that grew up in the 70s, it didn't, at the top and the bottom, it was hollow. It was this big, I mean, it was like a black plastic bat. And we'd go into the driveway, and if I hit the ball over the fence, then that would be a home run. And I remember playing wiffle ball with my dad. And then we walked to the corner liquor store, and this is like in 1978. And I'd get packs of baseball cards. And then I'd look at them, and then I'd put them back with my dad's childhood collection. And I did that, like, this is back in the 70s, and I fell in love with baseball. I fell in love with baseball cards. My dad was a big baseball fan, and we enjoyed baseball together. But I didn't really collect much after that until 1983. And I remember in 83, I really got into it. And I think it was because I had an older friend. He was about 2 or 3 years older than me. And we used to hang out. And one day, you know, he showed me his card collection. He had like boxes of 82 Fleer, 83 Fleer, 83 tops. I remember 83 Fleer with those ugly brown borders, man. And then when I saw the 83 tops, I was like, that's it. I want those cards. And I remember going and taking Bart, Bay Area Rapid Transit, to the Oakland Coliseum and watching the A's. You could actually take Bart to the Coliseum, and back then, before they built Mount Davis, in center field, there was like a chain link fence, and you could watch a game through the chain link fence if you didn't have any money. And for a round trip to go watch the A's, it was, I don't know, a couple of bucks. So I go do that, and I started collecting baseball cards. And my favorite player, of course, was Ricky Henderson. I like Davey Lopes and Ricky Henderson. And there were a few other guys. Man, I just fell in love with those 83 tops. And I was always looking for the A's players, and especially Ricky Henderson. I remember that record breaker card from 83 tops with Henderson for the stolen base, single season stolen base record. Man, love those cards, bring back some memories. So I got hooked in, and 83 tops, 84 tops. I was mostly a tops collector. I remember being able to find 84 Fleer at the 7-Eleven in Fairfax, California. Every time we drove through there, I'd always pick up a few packs of 84 Fleer. Then 85 tops, 86, 87, 88, 89, 1990. Collected all those years. hand correlated a whole bunch of sets. I got into it. I loved sorting. I loved organizing. I loved putting sets together. I loved collecting the prospects or the rookie cards, you know, starting around like in 1988 when that became a big thing. And putting binder pages. I remember like Ricky Jordan, 1989 Donruss, you know, trying to get 9 Ricky Jordan cards to put in my 89, you know, just to have a whole page of the same player, and McGuire and Canseco, and man, it was so much fun. And after 1990, I stopped collecting. I didn't collect in 91, 92, 93, 94, or 95. I kind of started dipping my toe in 96, 97. I started to pick up like McGuire rookies and, you know, some of the old 70s vintage cards. Back in 97, I think 70s was even considered vintage. And then in 98, it was on back. The home run chase, McGuire, Sosa, and of course Ken Griffey Jr., all those guys pulled me back into the hobby. I do remember picking up a few 89 Upper Deck Griffies between 91 and 96. So I did kind of stop in local card shops maybe once or twice a year in that time frame and picked up a few things here and there, but for the most part I didn't really collect. But 98, it was on. And then I picked up a 98 Finest Refractor, no protector refractor, Ken Griffey Jr. I fell in love with the shine. It took me a little while to kind of get into the 90s cards, believe it or not, because I was so used to like the way cards were made in the 80s and before. And all the sets, it was a little overwhelming when I really got back into the hobby. And so I started, I mean, McGuire was my main player focus. And then his career just kind of faded out around 2001. And Bonds had a big season for the Giants in 1999. 2000. He hit 49 home runs in 2000. And so I started to shift my main collecting focus from McGuire to Bonds. And by 2001, the year Bonds broke McGuire's record, I was fully focused into him. So I would say Bonds has been my main player focus since 2001. And he and McGuire were kind of dual player focus in 2000. And prior to 2000, when I got back into the hobby, it was McGuire. And I just love collecting, man. And then I discovered YouTube and I started making videos in 2010. And it changed my life because I discovered that I wasn't the only person that liked baseball cards. And it's funny, when I started watching YouTube, before I started watching YouTube, I thought I had the biggest, best collection in the world. I was like, man, I got the biggest, best collection of non-vintage cards. I knew there were vintage collections out there, but the non-vintage stuff, I said, nobody's got a bigger, better collection than me. And boy, was I wrong. I mean, now I would qualify myself as a novice collector back then compared to what I am now and the collections that I've seen. And I made so many friends in this hobby, in this community. And it's all because I started making YouTube videos in 2010. So it's been 13 years that I've been making videos. This particular channel, I think it's been maybe 10 years. I had a channel before this one that I was making videos on for several years. 13 years, guys. I think in August, it'll be 13 years that I've been here making videos. And I made some absolutely fantastic friends. So that comes to the second part. And guys, why do I collect? What do I collect? I collect anything baseball that catches my eye, but my main player focus is Barry Bonds. And why do I like collecting him? Because he's the best player I've ever seen play. And I just really enjoy his cards. I'm a Giants fan. And I am lucky enough to have seen Bonds play in person. I couldn't count how many times. I've seen milestone home runs from Barry Bonds. The last homer I ever saw him hit was number 750. And that was a great game. I'm pretty sure number 750, but I probably in person seen Bonds hit I didn't go to a ton of games, but it seemed like every time I went to a Giants game, I was always excited about watching Bonds, and he always delivered. He always hit a home run, and that was just so freaking awesome. I remember watching him play and thinking, what is it going to be like when Bonds retires? How am I going to enjoy baseball? Well, that was easy. I love baseball, so that hasn't been a problem at all. Okay, so what do I watch? Who I watch, and why do I watch what I watch? Well, guys, I just like watching people that really enjoy the hobby. And who do I watch? I watch all the people that I know of that love this hobby. And one of the questions Jayson asked is, who is a must watch? And I gotta say, I'm subscribed to so many channels, and I only have so much time to watch videos that I wouldn't say there is a particular channel that I watch every single one of their videos. And there isn't a particular channel that is a must watch. It's just that when I happen to be on YouTube and I see a channel or something that I want to watch, I watch it. So I kind of watch YouTube the same way I collect. So sometimes I will go back and binge watch a channel if I missed out on 5 or 10 videos of a particular person. That's kind of what I did today. I was watching a bunch of Jayson's videos, and I binged watched. And another, but maybe, okay, so here we go. So it's not necessarily a channel that would be a must watch, but when there is a channel that hasn't made content for a while and you see a video pop up, to me, that is a must watch. So I could give examples of people I would love to see make a video that haven't made a video in a while. So first of all, Oakland A's 915, Eric, man, I can't wait to see your next video. Tommy Golf, if you're going to make another video, I can't wait. Fight on 5-2 James, he recently made a video a few months back, and before that had been over a year. So, I mean, I just love it when guys in the community that haven't made a video in a while pop up and make a video. It just, and you see that they're still collecting, they're still enjoying the hobby, they're interacting with people in the hobby, maybe not necessarily me, but it seems like all of us YouTubers that are truly in the community, we have our friends that we talk to on the phone every day. And then we have other friends that we talk to sometimes. And then we have other friends that we text with from time to time. But we all stay in touch and we all interact somehow. And I feel like those are really the people I enjoy watching the most. And every once in a while, I will discover a new channel. And I'll be like, wow, this is great. Somebody new in the community, a new channel I can watch, content that I can really enjoy. So there's a lot of that. And guys, I can't wait to go to the National. I haven't been to the National since 2019. So it's going to be 4 years in August or July, late July this year, that I've been to the National. I feel like a little, just because I haven't been there in a while, there's a little bit of a disconnect with some people that I made a connection with last time I went to the National. And it's hard to, it would take a lot of time, and it's just really hard to keep in touch with everybody on a daily basis or a weekly basis or even a monthly basis. And that's what makes a National so great. And now I'm kind of going off into another subject, but it does kind of tie into what I watch, who I watch, what I enjoy. I can't wait to hang out with everybody that I just enjoy being around. People, good people in the hobby, hobbyists, people that get me pumped up about this hobby. So guys, I've made pretty much a 15-minute video. I haven't shown a card, but I have shared a little bit about my experience with this hobby and this community. And Jayson, thank you, man. I have watched several of the video responses for this, and I thoroughly enjoyed them, and I enjoyed watching your video. So guys, everybody that watched this video, thank you for watching. Hopefully maybe you learn a little bit something about me, and yeah, hopefully some of you guys will make some videos. I haven't made a video in a long time, so so that you can be a must-watch for me. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And as always, until next time, happy collecting.